Hey everyone, I'm Victoria and I'm back for the second video in our gentle movement series. So once you feel like you've mastered the first video and are ready to progress, you can come do this video with me. So the movements will be a little harder and we're going to add another exercise. So it'll be a little bit longer too, but just slightly, and again, gentle progressions. So we'll be on the floor. We're going to do on our back, one exercise laying on our stomach, which you can skip if that's not a supportive position for you, and then we'll do one position on all fours, and I'll provide modifications throughout if needed, and just keep coming back to these videos to slowly and gently get stronger and progress when you feel ready. So let's start on the floor. We're going to start with our deep diaphragmatic breathing again. So we'll lie on our back, comfortable position. If you need a pillow for your head or support anywhere, please get that. Make sure you are comfortable and supported for your body. We're going to inhale through our nose, expanding our lungs, thinking about expanding our rib cage into the ground. So really deep, breathing deep into the back of our lungs and rib cage. And then we'll exhale everything out through our mouth so that we feel some tension build in our abdomen and core. So let's do a few breaths there. So when you're ready, we'll inhale through our nose, expand your rib cage into the ground. Exhale everything out through your mouth. Good, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. If you need some more time here, just take it to do some breathing, center yourself, and get ready for this movement series. So the first thing we're going to do is bridges. So we're going to work our legs and lower body here. I want you to have your feet pressed into the ground, so you really want to focus on pushing through your heels. We're going to slowly, as we practiced before, tucking our pelvis, we're going to kind of roll ourselves up into this bridge right here. You don't have to go super high, and then come back down. What I want you to avoid doing is arching your back and pushing up like that, or pushing so high that you start arching your back, because we're really trying to work these big butt muscles and your legs. So we want to roll, squeeze your butt, push through your heels and lift up just as high as you feel comfortable, and come back down. And here's the thing, you can only go an inch, that's fine. If you can't really get any height, but you feel you're squeezing and pushing through your feet to get this engagement in those muscles, that's okay too. So our goal is really to get these muscles awake, to wake them up and start getting them firing. And if that means you can't do a full range of motion, that's okay. But if you feel like you're getting some engagement, that's what we want. Good, so lift up. And then again, slowly, one vertebrae at a time, come back down. We're just gonna do a few more reps here. Push through your heels, roll and squeeze your butt, and then lift up just as high as it's comfortable, and then slowly roll all the way back down. Let's do a couple more together. If you need a break or you need to stop, too many reps, that's okay. You break and stop, and then as you repeat this video and get stronger, you'll be able to do more. Okay, last one. And then all the way back down. All right, our next movement is some arm circles. So I'm gonna move away from this. But we worked on a lot of shoulder stability last time. This is gonna be some more shoulder stability with range of motion. So we're gonna start with our arms kind of up like we're hugging someone or hugging a big beach ball. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to come out to the side, almost all the way down to the ground. Bring your arms up behind you and back up. So we want nice good control in our shoulders. So we don't want to just kind of be flopping around. This isn't like a throwing our arms in circles. We want nice good control. So we're going to open with control. Our core is engaged. So back is flat to the ground, core is engaged. Open up with feeling some tension in the shoulders. And if this is too much to come all the way around, you can just come back up. We can just do this right here. But if you've got that control and range of motion in your shoulders, you're going to come around and back out. So we are lubricating the shoulder joint, getting some motion in there, but I also want some control. So I want this to be controlled motion, so we're working those muscles too. Good. And if you feel any discomfort, just come back to this one. Core is engaged, out, control, back in. All right, so if that full circular motion is too much, then don't do it. I don't want you to be in any pain or discomfort. This might be a little bit of discomfort in terms of strength, like you want to feel like, oh, my muscles are working, but I don't want discomfort in terms of like, that was painful and doesn't feel right for my body. So you know your body, you know what it can do and what feels okay or not. Let's do one more rep together. Open out, all the way around, and back out. Good, and then relax. Okay, we are going to progress. Last video we did a leg extension and arm extension separately. We're gonna bring those together. So this time I want you to lift opposite arm and leg. So one leg is up 90-90 at your hip and knee. Other arm is straight up, and then again, no arching. So we want back flat, core is engaged. So ribs are tucked and our abs are really firing here. And you can put your other hand on the ground for stability, and your other foot will be on the ground for stability. And what we're going to do is extend from here. Good. And then come back to center. And if you need to, you can put this leg on the ground and you can slide out and come back to center. Or you can decrease that range of motion. So maybe you only go this far and come back to center. And then as you get stronger, you'll be able to go all the way out. Good. And back to center. And again, control on our hips, control on our shoulders. So we're really working our entire body here. Core is tight and engaged. Pelvis is heavy in the ground. Let's do one more on this side and then we'll switch and do the other side. Good. Extend all the way out, or as far as you can, whatever's comfortable, or whatever's at your level right now. And then back in and down. Good, okay. Other leg up, other arm up. Core engaged, pelvis steady and heavy, and shoulder engaged. And then we're gonna extend out as far as you can, feels comfortable. And back to center. And remember, you can slide this leg out instead if you need that extra support on the ground. And back to center. Out. Just go as far as it feels good to you right now. Back in. So that's here. And then back in, that's okay. Good, keep breathing. Do not forget to breathe as we do these movements. Want to keep getting oxygen to those muscles to work. Good. Everything should feel like working really hard to stabilize all the way from your shoulders down to your hips and maybe your knee as you extend out too. Out. Back in. We'll do one more rep on this side. Good. This is really challenging for your core. I hope you're feeling that. Back in. Beautiful. All right, relax down. We're going to roll over onto our side. If you need to get a pillow or support for under your head, please grab that and have that. I just use my hand, my arm, but what we're going to do is have our bottom leg bent, top leg is straight, and then what I want you to not do is don't just sink, kind of just flop and sink into the ground. We want to have a little bit of some space under your side that is on the ground, and I want you to have your hips stacked. So you'll notice that if you sink down, your hips are kind of uneven. This top hip hikes up. We want to keep those hips stacked on top of each other. So this leg is straight, toe is pointed. We're just going to lift, good, and back down. And from here, you should really feel the side of your hips and glutes working. So you don't have to lift super high. As always, keep that range of motion with what works for you. So maybe you only come up a little bit and back down. Maybe you're just squeezing these muscles on the side of your hip and leg to try and get a lift. And as you get stronger, you'll be able to lift a little bit more. Good. We're going to do 10 reps on each side. That's our goal. Go up and down. Good. Keep breathing. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the hard part. Inhale on the easier part. Let's do a couple more reps on this leg and then we'll switch sides and do the other leg. Alright, we are going to switch sides, so I'm just going to roll around so you can see me. Get support for this side and this leg. And then bottom leg is bent, top leg is straight. Our hips are stacked, so we get kind of a little mouth hole, or you feel like you're getting some lift of your body away from the floor because we don't want to be sunk into it. And then you're going to prevent yourself from rolling forward or back. We want to keep everything kind of straight and stacked, like there's two walls on either side of you keeping you nice and straight. And then we're going to lift that top leg, toes pointed, and back down. Good. Feel this side of your butt working. That's what we want to feel. So some glutes, some hip muscles, hip stabilizers here. You might feel down your outer thigh too. Good, we're halfway done on this side. Keep breathing. And remember, keep those hips stacked so core is engaged here. We're not just sinking and flopping down. Don't forget about that. We've got 2 more reps. You only have to lift as high as it's comfortable. So maybe that's only a centimeter, a couple inches. Maybe that's higher, about hip height, and back down. Good. All right, take a little breather, and then we're going to come to lay on our stomachs. Remember, if this is comfortable for you, this positioning, you can skip this exercise and just kind of take a little breather or fast forward to the last exercise. But if you can handle being on your stomach, we're going to come here with our hands right under our shoulders, right by your chest. I want you to keep your neck straight. So you're going to have your forehead on the ground, neck is straight. We're not going to cause any pain. So I don't want you to throw your head back or be twisting side to side. So head and neck are straight. Keep looking at the floor in front of you. And then what you're going to do is push through your hands just to get a little bit of a lift. It doesn't have to be super high. Come back down. You can push your feet into the ground if that helps. You should feel your arms working here, your shoulders working, a little bit of engagement in your back. Exhale as you push up, Inhale as you relax down. Just a little bit of a lift. You don't have to go super high. And maybe just pushing into the ground is enough. Like you feel that that's enough engagement, and lifting up is a little too much right now. That's fine too. Let's do 1 more rep. So we're not doing too many of these. Good. Keep those shoulders down, so I didn't want them hiked up to your ears. All right. We're going to move on to our last exercise. You're going to come to all fours. Make your way there however it's comfortable. And in all fours, I don't want you to arch your back or round your back. So we're trying to keep a nice flat spine. That core will be activated and engaged. Our hands will be right under our shoulders and our knees will be right under our hips here. And then all we're going to do is we are going to stabilize through our hips and core as we slide one foot out and back. You want to make sure you're not falling to the side, so we're keeping hips stable. And you're going to slide that foot and knee right back into place. And then we'll do the other side. So we are going to alternate sides. Slowly slide the other foot out. Feel that leg lengthen and come back in. You might shift a little, you just don't want to shift and fall over a lot. So core and hips stay stable. We're keeping our shoulders down. And then if you can only slide a little bit and come back in, that's okay. If you can slide all the way, that's cool too. Whatever works for you. Back in. And again, don't forget to breathe. Keep that back flat, spine is long and straight. You want to look at the floor or maybe the top of the mat so that you can keep your neck straight and in line. We're not straining it. Good. Slowly slide out. Pause for a moment. You might feel your whole leg firing here. Back in. We're going to do 2 more reps on each side. So extend one leg out. Good. Back in. Nice and controlled and slow. Move at your own pace. If you need to move slower, that's fine. We want to focus on the form rather than getting the number of reps. So focus on just control and stability. Last one on each side. All the way out. Back in. All the way out. Back in. Good. Alright, and then you can just come to a seated position, either like this or cross-legged, whatever's comfortable. Let's just do a seated position and a little bit of breathing to bring our heart rate back down. If it got up a little, and recenter. So just take a few more deep breaths while I finish off this video. Thank you for joining me for the second Gentle Movement Series video. We've got one more after this, so take your time repeating and practicing this video and these movements until you feel stronger and like you've mastered them. And then you can move on to the third video in this series for a more in-depth and even more advanced movements. Again, still gentle floor work, but a little bit more work, a little bit more advanced as you get stronger. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video.